We've given away over almost $250,000, and it's only March, just with our challenges here live on YouTube to the general public and people inside of our community. Hi, welcome back, everyone. My name is Jenny Baker. For those of you who don't know, with Six Figure Trading Coach, where we show you that trading is as easy as you make it on yourself. Nowhere in this channel are we trying to show you that, hey, here's the windfall, the Maserati. My only goal is to help people make a consistent, duplicatable living, right? Because I personally believe that you shouldn't have to slave away your whole life for finances. Not to say that the economy is not crazy and the cost of eggs aren't high, but you can make that kind of money very easily if you're willing to follow a consistent strategy with consistent management and just not constantly go crazy. So, of course, we have to go to the disclaimer real quick. We have a couple of prizes, a secret code, and 4 new trade setups to look at over the next few minutes together. So, disclaimer, you guys already know, nothing on this channel is legal, financial, or investing advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. As I mentioned before, we're giving away over $1 million, and my guess is we're going to probably, we're going to times that by a lot by the end of the year. But those prizes include things like $50,000 and $100,000 prop firm challenges, private one-on-one coaching, access to our VIP private community, access to a few of our private scripts that we use that help us make a duplicatable income inside the markets for futures, Forex, and what have you. And somewhere along the line, somewhere throughout this year, we're going to be giving away some of our algorithms that also help people print money hands-free in the market. So kind of cool. The whole point of this is just to get people excited, to get people involved, and to continue to build a community of just like-minded, incredible people. So for those of you guys who don't know, we have a Discord. It's completely free to the public. Please make sure you go in there. You do all the things that Patreon has you do. That is where every announcement, every winner, every challenge is going to be posted first. Always, 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 you're going to want to be in there. Not to mention, it's just a great community of great people. The kind of people who are diligent in what they're doing. They want to grow. They want to learn. They're past the blame game and the instant money. They're past like the emotional reactivity. They're not the complainers and the whiners, but the people who are just down to earth, willing to learn, and are on this journey with themselves and willing to take it along with you. So very excited and just so blessed with the people that we have in there. But having said that, let's take a look. Our winner from last week, actually, he goes by Professor inside of our private community, but he's an awesome human being. Congratulations on your $50,000 Apex challenge. Please keep us posted on how you're doing. I think that's really exciting. I know a couple people who won some other ones, and it's kind of awesome to watch the process just take off. But we'll see. Had to post this real quick, and I'm going to try to do this every week. I apologize if it's not super clear. I've got you guys mirroring on a side screen for this video recording. Hopefully it's recording well. But this is a banger of a trade we took last week. It was almost a 10-to-1. Great trade. This is a trade we took this morning. We did take 2 1% losses. Just the market chopped around. I coulda, woulda, shoulda locked profit on MNQ, but I didn't. I was too busy yapping and waited, and then was too late. So we took 2 small losses for 1% and then took 1 win for 3.8. I actually held a little bit longer, so kind of a great trade overall. But that's that. Of course, I had to include something else in here just briefly because we've got a lot of testimonies, and I want to pull that up on maybe a future video. These are the trade results of some of the things people are accomplishing, whether it be past challenges, which is cool. But I'm not the one who kind of geeks out at here's all of your past challenge certificates, because let's be honest, guys. A past challenge pretty much is telling me you have a receipt for paying X amount of dollars for the eval and the activation fee. What we really care about is, can you keep the Combine? Can you keep the XFA account? Can you keep the PA account? Can you keep it long enough to actually get the payout? Because that's really the only thing that matters. But I do want to mention real quick before we go any further, if you're buying any prop firm challenges, please make sure you use the discount codes and or the links here. It'll give you the best discounts, 30 to 90% off, depending on the week and which prop firm you're talking about. Great way to be. But also, Forex and MT5 is an ever-evolving industry, and it's continuing to evolve minute by minute, second by second. If you don't already have some of these broker accounts, please make sure you go in there, and if you have a little bit of extra money, go use this link, sign up with an account, put a little bit of money in there to grandfather yourself in, because a lot of people have come to the best brokers and they won't take them now because they've missed that window. So I don't want people to miss the window. Please make sure you do that if you're able to. It's definitely worth your time. And that's all I've got there. So let's take a look at some of our previous results. As you guys know, last week, we are doing this a little bit more regularly. So this is a good time to remind you that management is predefined. It's not subject. It's not suspect. It is predefined. In theory, you should be able to duplicate very comparable things than what we're doing on this YouTube channel with these free, completely public swing trade experiment ideas. I say that to say, if we're doing these videos more often, please make sure you give these trades room to play out. Sometimes we're going to look back in a week and they're just not going to have moved, or they didn't hit full targets, or they're just consolidating, or like, hey, we counted the first 50, but it moves another 500 beyond that. This is swing trading. So some of these trades need and deserve days and weeks to play out in some cases. That's the difference between swing trading, right? Is with swing trading, it's you give this trade room to breathe, whether, like that's the difference between on your futures account, you need to be right now versus you just have to be right in the next week, okay, with good structure. It's not the same thing. So something to think about there. As you know, we don't have anything new to add from the trades we took before. So we are going to be taking a couple of more today. I've got 4 new setups that we're going to be going over. But to show you what we've been working on this morning in our morning classes, this is a really good time to insert that secret code word breakout. Is a secret code word. Say that one more time, breakout, because we've been really using a breakout strategy. Now, I know that the internet is all over the place with the orb. But listen, you don't have to follow that. You don't have to follow any one way. Please don't listen to me or any one other person. What I would hope people know is that a breakout strategy is just that. It's just a breakout strategy. Obviously, I personally think they work best when there's momentum and volatility, such as London Open, New York Open, but you can technically do that around Asian. You can box in, London, 2-hour sessions. You can box in, the silver bullet sessions. You can box in 10 p.m. and say, hey, look, 10 a.m. The first 2 hours of the market are over. I want to now see what the market does. You have so many amounts of options. It's not even funny. So we typically go much smaller than that 15-minute orb. We go a little bit closer to the 2 minute. Some people are using the 1 minute. We're looking at overall structure and where price has room to move and just taking it for about a 2-to-1. Obviously, there's still going to be other mitigating circumstances and things to consider, fake outs and such with opening bell. But man, the results are very, very good. Very excited overall. So this is what we've done in our private community this year. I wanted to focus on this for a second because this is life-changing, like sincerely life-changing. Like, what would you do with 50% in a month? Now, I know that's not that exciting if your account is $1,000. I know that even if you're purchasing the prop firms and you're working with a $2,000, $3,000-ish drawdown limit, 50% growth on what you're actually using is not a lot, right? But if you can duplicate and compound these results over time, that is life-changing. It beats QQQ, it beats most cryptos, and every crypto really, if you're looking at them today, like it beats the vast majority of the stock market, REITs, REI, real estate. I mean, every single thing in between, it beats them. Hands down, 100-to-1 in some cases, 10-to-1 in most cases. This, if you learn this skill and it takes you a couple of minutes, it beats all of it. Now, granted, the hard part is, when you're doing this with crypto, you get to blame the markets. You get to blame the president. You get to say, well, crypto's a scam when it goes down. You get to blame the world when you sell too high, you buy too high and sell too low, right? Same thing with the stock market. Stocks aren't a scam. It's just some people bought really high and then waited to a pullback and then they sold. Obviously, not a good idea. And to demonstrate that, I've actually got another spreadsheet to kind of pop up. Before I do that, just to kind of go over, there's wins, there's losses. I said this morning, I'll say again, as we tighten stop losses, our accuracy is going to continue to go down. I've managed a good 4 or 5 year streak with an 89, 91% public accuracy, which is awesome, right? But way easier to do when you're giving trades room to breathe. And we're not doing that as much, right? We have to be out by the end of the day in most of these cases, for at least for this purpose. So it's just not an option. You have to be right now, consolidation aside, springs and swings aside. It is what it is. So our overall risk to reward, I want to emphasize on these two numbers just for a moment. Take a look. 80% is what we're averaging. 3.5-to-1, give or take. Not bad. There's going to be pockets of losses. We have 2 losses this morning. They were both 1%. This one ended up actually being 3.89%, but I'll come back in once we get the actual numbers on that. Not a bad day. So I'm up 1.19% or 1.89% on a day where it was really crappy and choppy. Not bad. But take a look. What is this actually worth? We know that if you're trading with a prop firm, you're buying these accounts for $50, $100, $200, and then you have an activation fee, $100, $50, $200. People are failing them left and right. The argument I would like to make is I think there's a lot of value there, and I've never been a big advocate of prop firms, but I do think there's a value there. It's at least a worthwhile playground to play in. But I would implore you that as you're buying those challenges, set aside a little bit of money for yourself. Set aside a little bit of investment for you. Because honestly, the same amount it would take you to get 20 accounts with Apex, including activation fee, you can have your own account, okay, with some of these future prop forms and no rules. Now, granted, you have to hold yourself accountable and your own rules. Like that's not going anywhere, but this is what's possible. 5% is high, no way around that. But let's be honest, unless you're trading MYM, you're going to be hitting 5% on any MNQ trade you take for the most part because the stop loss needs room. So 5% very high, but look what I did. 5%, averaging only a 60% accuracy ratio, averaging about a 2.5 to 1. Yes, this will fail. Yes, you will come in short. Yes, you're probably going to come in lower than this at first. But as you grow and as you perfect your skill set, and as you saw here, okay, we've already got, what did we say, 80%, 3.3. All time, I think we're averaging like a 90%, 89, 88, something like that. 88.21, and that's years and years of data to give you an idea. Years and years, and that was still averaging like 3 to 1. So I'm lowballing these numbers on purpose just to show you. This calculation, it was made by one of our awesome community members. And what it does is it kind of randomizes where the wins and losses fall. So I just want to show you, I'm going to force the recalculation on this a few times. Pay attention to this accuracy. The only difference is it's changing where we're dropping those wins and losses. So like all the losses are dropping here, for example. And as you'll see, as I rotate this, sometimes they're going to drop here, here, here. And it changes, obviously, what the net value is. But I would hope that people understand you can still have a winning strategy even if your first 5 trades were losses. And yeah, that can still equal a 60% win rate in the big picture. But most people don't have the capacity to last through this. It's 11 trades. Look how many of those are losers. That's painful. That's hard, right? That makes you want to jump ship. This strategy sucks. Nothing works. And this is a scam. But look, what if you could turn $2,000 into $90,000? What if you failed at this by 50% and turned $2,000 into $45,000 in 72 trades? At 5 trades a day, that's not even a month. Okay? At the 3 to 5 trades a day, you're looking at like 6 weeks, giving yourself plenty of room. That is wildly impressive. But here we go. You'll pay attention to this number here, not the dollar, but here we go. I'm just going to keep recalculating it. 48% accuracy, you will fall in there. And what we're getting ready to release beyond the breakout strategies, we've got an inside-out strategy. As you're first testing it, you're probably going to be, somewhere around 40%, 50%. And what I would hope people have the capacity to do is slow down, don't overtrade, and just perfect the better entries, the better timing, okay? Not cherry picking a little bit instead of taking every godforsaken signal that comes up in a day, but just a few, okay? Wait till there's momentum, wait till there's any volume, wait till you're with the trend, wait till there's any other confluence. And I promise you what's going to happen is that strategy, you're going to pop up to 60%, 50%. And even with your own money or your prop firm, that is not a bad way to be. That is life-changing. Okay, so let's take a look. Here we go. Please forgive this if it's a little bit blurry. It's in a new screen. It's off-centered a little bit. But as you know, we didn't look for any setups last week. It just wasn't setting up. There was so much going on. I honestly feel the same way today. So I definitely feel the same way as of right now. It's wild to see what's happening with tariffs and trade wars and just around the world in general. So please, if you're coming in this with live money, please make sure you're lowering your risk a little bit. Dial back a little bit on your risk. Be a little bit more risk averse, at least for anything that you're holding for a long period of time. Because even as we saw today with NQ, like the market was just in a mood, like it was all over the place. So please be prepared for that. Obviously everything USD based, but really the other currency too. So I could click around all day, but as you know, the US dollar has just been very, 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 very moving. Check this out. Trending. Nowhere to get into a trade whatsoever. So let's take a look real quick. I've got 4 actual trades that I really like tonight. I would like to not cherry pick, so we don't have any to review. I was marking this up in the recording I did before this, but I had to re-record, so I'm going to be dragging these down a little bit. But ultimately, this is the one that's not quite ready yet. We want this to pull up and come back, and then we're looking for a buy. So let this finish breathing, let this finish digesting, let this retest 50% of this candle, and then confirm on a smaller time frame. But overall, we're looking for this to buy up. You're looking for that easy 2.4 to 1 to 3 to 1. Euro GBP, for example. Again, we want this to pull down a little bit. Okay, I have this marked up. We want this to pull down and then retest, confirm. We want to confirm a higher low, preferably coming in to retest this area, and again, looking to buy this up. All parts of the golden strategy, treating this more mechanical and less emotional, less opinionated, less directional biased, right? If you treat the strategy like it's meant to be used, and I think most strategies are meant to be used that way, and don't insert all of our biases, you might be surprised on how much better it performs for you. But here you go, nice engulfing confirmation. We did make a higher high. We want this to come down and confirm with a higher low, and then we're buying this all day. Of course, you can enter here. This is an expensive pair per pip, but not a lot of pips. So there's that. GBP, JPY, same thing. We're waiting for this to pull back a little bit. We have failed to make a higher high, but this is a nice engulfing momentum candle, big old candle. Wanted to retest, and then of course we're buying this as well. The confirmation is confirmed, very mechanically. You've got two options. You can wait till the break of that fractal. You can wait for the retest, and we're buying. Chef JPY. Careful here because obviously we know Chef is considered a safe haven currency. I don't know that we've seen that as much as we'd like, but I would think if I have to pick one of the two JPY pairs, this is definitely one that I would be considering full-heartedly, just on the strength of the Chef alone or the potential strength. But again, removing my biases, strategy says it's a go. I personally would be waiting for a bit of a retest and confirmation on a smaller time frame, and then I would be buying. Of course, you can take it here as well. So those are the 4 pairs that we're going to be trading. Please treat them with care. There's a lot going on in the world right now. But at the end of the day, your job isn't to be right all the time. It's to manage when you are and get out of the way when you're not. That's really it. Do that over and over again, and you will create the financial freedom that you're looking to create. So in case I haven't said so already, one more time, that secret code for the day is Breakout. We've been using quite a bit of different breakout strategies. In fact, the inside out thing that we're getting to release is essentially also a breakout strategy. Much faster though. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you like, comment, and share this video because it will ultimately help the algorithm do all the things the algorithm does. So happy trading, take care, and God bless.